Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Right, so this is the second video I'm doing on some LED lights from Lidl's. I've not long ago uploaded the one on this 10 meter RGB colour changing strip, but while I was in Lidl's at the same time I got this, so I'm recording these as two separate videos but at the same time, hence the same shirt. I showed it last time. Doctor Who shirt. I usually do a different shirt for every video, but same one for these two because I'm recording them basically at the same time. So this one is on this. It's an LED sensor light. Again, 3-year warranty. As I explained in the last one, I think they rely on you not bothering if it breaks down after 3 years, sending it in, because it was, how much was it? Yeah, $4.99. So if it breaks down in just under 3 years, are you really going to bother getting in touch with a service place? The other one was in Germany to send it back. But it is there. It is a 3-year warranty. And as I explained on the other one, they are good about it, Lidl's. I've tried it with a 2-year, 10-month-old electric drill. They sent me a new one and no questions asked. That was quite a while ago. And like I said, that was a British service number as well. The other LED strip light didn't have a British one, just a German. I don't know whether this will or not. We shall soon find out. But yeah, you could, if you were willing to send it back or get in touch with them, there is that 3-year warranty. So, again, all I've done is cut through the security thing. I've not opened it at all yet. So what you get inside is that. The light itself, it's plastic. It looks like metal. Feels quite nice. Got the book. And you got some 3M, genuine 3M, double-sided tape. And again, your book. Most of these are looking at this. It just looks, just explaining various mounting methods. I'll go through that once I've had a proper look and worked it out. But it's very basic, and again, most of this will be safety stuff. Ridiculous, do not do this with it, do not do that with it sort of thing, which they've got to put in. But what it is, it's one of them lights that has got a sensor that detects movement and comes on then, and then it turns itself off after 30 seconds. So it's ideal as for, say, a children's sort of like night light, if the, or children, or an old fogey like me who gets up maybe once or twice a night to go to have a quick wee. As I walk out of the bedroom through the front room, instead of turning the lights on, I can leave this on a table. It detects my movement, lights up the room. When I say lights up, doesn't light up the room, but I can see where I'm walking, and then turns itself off after. So it's ideal for that. Or under a kitchen cabinet, and you can just put your hand under and the light would come on. You've got the bracket on the back there. Yeah, that just goes on sort of like keyhole slots and the little bars there. So you would screw that to a vertical surface and then put that in and lock it in there like that. Or say you could use the strip on it. Now the batteries, I don't know whether there's batteries in it. Oh, there's a little tab there, just noticed, like on the other. That'll be a battery tab, so I'll pull that out now because, like I said, there's nothing coming on now. There's no on-off switch as I can see at all. That just moves around to guide the light where you want it to go. On the back there is some information. Sensor light. now at 4 AAAs, 1.04 watts. So we'll pull that out now, and you can see it's come on. So obviously the batteries are in there. I'll take that screw out in a second just to show you. But that's that. It flashed on then because, yeah, it's obviously going to detect light. There'll be a movement detector, and I would imagine that is a light detector. So in the daylight it won't come on. It only came on when I covered that up. So yeah, I've had a good read of the instructions now, and yeah, on this one, so I couldn't find it on that last LED 10 metre strip I did, but on this one it has got a Great Britain service number, Ireland and Northern Ireland one, so email and phone number for service. Like I say, whether you would after nearly 3 years for £5, I don't know, but I would. The UK one, definitely, I'd give them a ring and just see what's what. So I've taken the back off now. It's just come on now because I've picked it up and it was on its front, so I thought it was dark. But as you can see, there's 4 AA's there, Tronic AA's. That's Lidl's own make, so it just goes back on like that, sort of like slides up. 1 posi drive screw. There's only 4 LEDs and they're only on when they detect movement, so I would imagine that it's going to last absolutely months and months. So tighten that, leave it face up so it's in the light. It'll turn itself off in a minute. So you get this 3M double-sided strip with it. That's the same size as this. So you can screw that to the wall or double-side it under a cupboard or whatever, and then it just clips onto that. So as you can see, it's now looking at this light. So even when I move my hand in front of it, nothing is coming on because it knows it's daylight or in a brightly lit room. So you would screw it underneath, say, a worktop, and then you can angle these down that way or that way, and you can put them right to there. So again, if it was on like a worktop, I'll be putting it on my glass table in my lounge, coffee table, and then you can angle these either way. I'll show you that in action in the darkened lounge in a minute, but it's just to show you that nothing is coming on. But if I turn the lights off, and we'll time it with my phone, oops, that's my Lidl receipts. We'll time it with a stopwatch just to see if it is after 30 seconds it goes off. So I'll turn these lights out, turn the main light out first. So we're still in a reasonably lit room. So yeah, it's not coming on because I've got the main sort of light that I use for filming these videos off. These are just the room lights. So I'll turn them off now, and then I'll hold my hand in front and you should see it go off. So Alexa, turn off dimmer.
Okay.
Right, so we're in a darkened room now. If I put my hand in front, you can see the lights have come on. And I shall put it down on my desk. You can see it lighting up my face. We'll start the stopwatch. And I'll speed this bit up. And just before, if we get to like 25 seconds, I'll show you it is quite accurate. So we're at 25 seconds now. In about 5 seconds time or so, it should turn itself off. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I was going to say if it doesn't detect. So it's about 34 seconds, but I was a while before I turned this off. If it doesn't detect movement. If it's still detecting movement in that time, it will stay on. And again, if I had to put my hand over it now, oh, you couldn't see it, but you should have seen it light my face up. And it has come on. So it's reasonably bright. That is, I'm looking at that and it's pretty, you know, I couldn't look directly in them LEDs as I put it behind me. know, it's bright enough there to light up there and at my side here. You won't see anything really there, but yeah, not too bad at all. So yeah, let's go and put it now where I am actually going to use it, and I shall show you how much it lights the room up. I'll set my other camera up on a tripod and film it as best I can. So this is the scenario I'll be using it in. This is in the bedroom now. So if you can imagine, you get up middle of the night, but I walk into the lounge and it goes off. So I've got to walk a couple of paces before it detects me. I could of course put it further to my left, but then it wouldn't go off when I come back. So that is indicative of how bright it is. That's pretty much, probably not quite that bright to naked eye, but you can see it's putting plenty of light into the room. Even over here it's fading out here near the doorway, but I can see around the frame of the doorway. And again, once I come back, so we're into the hall now. I'll turn this light out. You can see it there on the table. I'll wait for it to go out. So you can see it's lighting things up. The fireplace behind it. Right, it's gone out now. That light you can see is just the telephone on its stand behind it. So if I go into the room now, again get to about here, and it's now gone off, and can easily light my way to the bedroom. So yeah, that's about how much light, just enough. Not enough to flood the room. If I pick it up and just shine it around, you can see, well, ignore the mess. It's the aircraft hangar. And the hallway and the bathroom in the distance. It's pretty much looks like that to the naked eye. So yeah, a bit hard to show in such a big room as a lounge like that. It's a pretty big room, but your eyes can see more than the camera could. So there was plenty of illumination to let me walk through the lounge, like I said, which is pretty long, to the bathroom and then back to the bedroom. Now, earlier on in the video, I was saying that this sensor here, and like I say, it's not coming on now because the little dot above it, that is like a light detector. And that detects that we're in a well-lit room now, so it won't come on at all. And I was saying before at the beginning that it was a movement detector. Well, of course, it isn't a movement detector. The only movement detectors are on camera-based systems, like my CCTV. That can detect people walking down the road just by movement and turn itself on, because it is a camera. It can see them and it can see things moving. Of course, there's no camera on this. It's not aware anything is moving. So it's a heat detector, and a very, very, very sensitive heat detector. Your security lights outside, you know, when you come up your drive or whatever, and they come on, that's the same principle. It's the heat it's detecting. When you see all this police 999 footage of a villain hiding in the woods or whatever, giving out a heat signature, that's how accurate these things are. And you can get heat attachments for your phone for diagnosing faults on circuit boards, stuff like that. So this little domed thing here is in fact a heat detector, not a movement detector. So just to prove that, what I just did earlier on was I taped over this top light sensor to make it think it was in a dark room, and I taped over the the heat thing, I put about 2 layers of tape, and you'll see this, the heat still gets through instantly. And I put it in the kitchen under the kitchen cupboard above, and I located a hairdryer below it. And as you'll see me waving my hand in front of it. It's not detecting heat from my hand because it's covered up by tape. But as soon as I put the hairdryer on, the more heat from that, when it gets through the tape, which is instantly, you'll see the lights come on. So let's have a look at that now, just to prove it is a heat detector. Okay, so I'm here in the kitchen, and as I've just showed you, I've got the light sensor taped up and the movement sensor, so it's not detecting anything at the moment. And like I say, when we say movement detector, heat detector, so it's reasonably bright in this kitchen now, but I've got the light detector covered up so it will allow it to come on. But as you can see, with my hand, just the heat of my hand coming into the room, it's not coming on. But when I turn this hairdryer on, immediately, let's turn that off, immediately it came on. So it just proves that it's heat it's detecting, not like movement on a camera or anything like that. It's purely your body heat. And once them sensors are uncovered, it's obviously open to detect more heat more sensitively. But I think that demonstrates it, and it will go off after 30 seconds. So yeah, that proves, like I say, it is detecting heat. So while I had it screwed to the under the kitchen cupboard, well, I didn't have it screwed. I double-sided the little plate, this plate. Like I said, that's a remnant sort of thing. I just double-sided it under there and then clipped it on. I thought, while it's there, let's see how bright it would be in the dark, because that is a scenario you could use it in. As you see, I've got it right to the front of the cupboard. But if you were doing that, if you wanted it to illuminate your worktop, you'd do it further back out of sight, and then you can angle these forward, because they don't spread sideways. You'll see there's quite a sort of like a block of light about that big, because it's not too far from the worktop. So obviously right down onto the floor, it'd be a lot bigger area illuminated. So let's have a look at it now with the lights turned out and see how bright it looks. And it's pretty accurate. This is pretty much what I was seeing with my naked eye. Right, so I'll just go and turn the kitchen light off now, and then I'll activate that, and you can see how bright it is in a totally dark room. Right, so that's the light out now, obviously. If I do, God, so dark I'm booting the tripod. Right, if I put my hand under it now, you can see it's easily lighting up the kitchen. If I take the camera out, it's pretty bright. Obviously the light's been blocked off a bit right and left, but easily lighting up a worktop. And just put it back in the tripod. And it's just gone out. So yeah, but I thought I'd show you just one last, probably sick of seeing it now, but one last scenario, and this is more of the sort of thing I'd probably use it for. Ideally, like in a meter cupboard. Say you had a power cut, very, very, very rare here in the UK. I can't even remember the last time we had a power cut. But if you do get a power cut, obviously you've got to find your way to the meter box, but you could do that with your phone or something like that. But ideal to put it in your meter box cupboard or in your hallway or whatever, and then when you open the door and just put your hand in, it comes on and it leaves your hands free to check the fuse, check the breakers, whatever. It is a small, very small hallway, so it's quite suitable to showing what it can do. So let's have a look at it now in that scenario, it lighting up the hallway and the meter cupboard. Right, so another scenario. This is me hallway. Lights on, obviously, but I've got it in the meter cupboard at the moment. If I turn the light out in here, so it's pitch black, if I open the meter cupboard now, and just stick my hand in, you can see how brightly it's lit in there. So again, tons and tons of light. If I take it off the mount in there, so it's just on its keyhole slot, and I just shine it around in a smaller room, you'll see there's loads and loads of room, loads of light right up to the ceiling in here. More effective in a small space like this than, you know, behind me there. But yeah, and even if it was the other side of the wall, if I had it on this wall here, facing the cupboard, you can still see there's loads of light. Or if I placed it on, say, top of this sill here and moved the lights up, as you can, when you walk in the hall it would light up the whole hallway. Okay, so there you have it. That's, like I said, that's probably the best scenario you would use it in. So yeah, for $4.99, I think it's pretty good value. It's brighter than you've probably seen the round stick-ons, same sort of things, heat detecting LEDs, and they're just about that sort of diameter round. I'm not sure how many LEDs they have in them, but I have had a couple of them, and this is definitely brighter. The beams don't go, the little LEDs, it'd be handy if they sort of like moved so it did more of a sideways spread as well, but they don't. But there's quite a spread between them, and they are very, very bright. So like I said, for £4.99, including the batteries and the 3-year warranty, I don't think you can go wrong. You could put a few of them around your kitchen if you wanted, or something like that. So hopefully it has been of some use. If it has, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. That would be very, very much appreciated. Next review is going to definitely be on this. I've sort of half filmed it already. It's also from Lidl's, also 3-year warranty, an aromatherapy ultrasonic misting device. You'll see it in action and all will be explained in the next video. So once again, thanks for getting to the very end of this. If you haven't subscribed, it would be fantastic if you could do. Click the little picture here of the shed. Once you've done that, click the bell icon below and you'll be informed of any uploads as soon as I've done them. That will be the next one, probably within a week or so. So I hope to catch you for that. Thanks for watching this one. Bye for now.